Alright boys, in today's video, me and Speedy SSJ are going to be talking about the coin drop units and
Whoa.
which one you should be prioritizing.
Speedy SSJ, hello, it's a Speedy Grand Cross, dude. I know what I'm talking
Speedy Dash Crank
about.
Cross,
Speedy
bro.
Dash Grand Cross. Alright, so today we have a list of coin shop units you guys should prioritize first to pick up with your dupe coins. Now, it's a little different for global because a lot of these coin shops, actually all these coin shops are going to be in banners, excluding obviously the bond, not the bond, the King and the Diane because they're from story. So far we've gotten Bond in one banner, and he should be in the coin shop next week. Actually, this week, like this week technically, yeah. So we're gonna talk about which coin shop units you guys should prioritize first in picking up from the coin shop once they're released there. If you're not gonna summon on their initial banners and pull them. Now you want to start off with mentioning the first priority here, the most important unit in the game.
Green, not Merlin, Red Gowther.
Yes.
He is, to this date, on JP, the best unit, and unless they release someone that's also a Gowther with the same skills, he won't be top anytime soon, or at any point, to be honest.
Okay, so Sora's dog is popping off in the background, but right here we have Gowther. If you guys do not know what Gowther does, let me enlighten you in the God Gowther right here, the best unit in the game. He increases skill ranks of an ally, so basically he makes a rank 1, a rank 2, you know, a rank 2, a rank 3, and with his rank 2 and 3, he can increase your whole hand, dude. He is the most busted unit in the game. Just for that simple, you know, merited, and also his rank 3 also increases basic stats by 20% for 3 turns, so it's attack, HP, and defense. Not to mention his attack card disables attack skills for 1 or 2 turns to all enemies, and also his ultimate depletes 3 to 5 ultimate gauge, and at 6/6 he actually hits like a truck because he is an AoE ultimate. And I mean, he's just a phenomenal unit. There's nothing else to say about him. I mean, even his passive skill, right? Increases allies' attack by 10% and can stack up to 5 times as long as Gowther doesn't take damage that turn. So this guy is just a full-on, like, a support unit, and he is the best unit to this day. It's been 8 months in the game. Do you agree with my statements?
100%. I know a certain somebody doesn't, though.
So here's before we begin, I guess, into this, I want to talk about the order of coin shop units I think JP will, or Global will receive. So we already have Bond. Okay, so let me put the order here. So King was first. You got Diane next. Then it was Bond. I think the next coin shop unit is going to be Merlin. Then it's going to be Demon Melee. Then it's going to be Gowther. Then it's going to be Escanor. I think this is going to be the order of coin shop units that will come to global, because the reason why I say Merlin is L data mined her banner this week, and she is set to come out next week for a summon. Also, I believe the Netmarble official Facebook tweeted out a picture of Merlin as well.
Yeah, it was Blue Merlin, but I think they just messed up.
Yeah, and then also L tweeted out costumes. Now, whenever a costume is tweeted out for a character, that means the character is going to initially release into the game. So they tweeted our costumes for the boy Meliodas, the Meliodas, and then I believe after that we're gonna get Gowther, and then like I don't know when we're gonna get Red Escanor, but I think that is the order of coin shop units that Global will get. So yes, so that kind of puts in perspective of why you should save and prioritize for these units first. Okay, so the next unit you should be prioritizing and saving for is going to be this guy right here. Do you know why?
Well, since he's coming out very soon, yeah.
Do you know why though?
Crimson Demon, not just Crimson Demon, but for the most part Crimson Demon, is a demon that will raise the level cap to level 80. And Meliodas is the Green King for that raid.
Yeah, so early game on Global, it's going to be super difficult doing the Crimson Demon. Probably one of the hardest events they're probably going to release on Global for a little bit. Actually, no, I take that back because for some reason freaking Super Boss King is coming up, but regardless, this guy is a needed must. Not only is he good for Crimson, he's also going to be good for PvP for a while early on in Global. He's also going to be very good in PvE, such as Story and a bunch of other events. He is a red unit, he does a lot of damage, he applies Ignite. He also has Infect, which basically disables recovery skills. And let's talk about his ultimate right here. So his ultimate has weak point. Basically, if the enemy has a debuff, he does 3 times damage, and that's why he's so good against Red Demon, because he does so much damage. His ultimate, he can one-shot depending on your ult level. I mean, overall, he is a very good, an amazing unit. Also, he increases crit chance by 50% for each dead ally. When I first started playing JP, I picked this guy up, and he was such a lifesaver in story mode. You know, Crimson Demon, I literally used them. I still use them to this day with Derriere next to him. I mean, he is not a unit that will have, you know, a falling off anytime soon. Anything you want to add to it?
All of you probably know what Jericho does with her weak point, and he pretty much has that on an ultimate skill, which technically makes it so his ult hits for over 2000% of his attack damage, plus all of his ignites, which he applies, then increases damage by 10% again. Yeah, he's one of the best red DPS units.
Yeah, so he is very good. Okay, next unit right here. Who do you think I'm gonna put up next to prioritize?
Technically I would have put Escanor there, but Escanor is so far away, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, so the reason we're not putting Escanor to prioritize first, because we have no idea when he's gonna release. I feel like he's gonna release after Green Escanor comes out, so that could be like April, and a few months later. So I'm not putting Escanor here because I don't want you guys to like have like 20
start
coins.
saving when he might come in like half a year, because it took him half a year on JP to come out.
I think he'll come out in like 3 months, but I don't want you guys saving because these are units you should prioritize first. Next, I'm gonna go with Merlin. Now, the reason why I'm choosing Merlin, this could be debated. It could be Green Bond Merlin. The reason I'm choosing Merlin is because she's super good for story. She's gonna be very clutch in the King Super Boss.
And in Grey Demon and in PvP as well. She's good for everything.
And PvP. She's basically used on PvP in most teams to be right at the back. Because she does fill ultimate gauge of all allies by 1 at the start of battle. That comes in super clutch, especially for some PvP teams. Her attack skill does 120, 300, and 450, and depletes 1 to 3 ultimate gauges from enemy. I can't tell you enough how much this skill has come in like play and handy in like PvP matches, story events. I literally had to use her to beat level 200 Hendrickson on JP just now. Like without her, like that event's not possible. I don't know what to say. Her second skill is her Perfect Cube. Basically, you get a barrier around all allies for 150, 225, or 375 of attack for 2 turns. So, basically a free meat shield, in a way, if you want to call it. And then her ultimate can do 540. She also has a Fate ultimate of 630 up to 945 and disables attack skills for 2 turns. Super clutch as well. I mean,
it's the same as Red Merlin, yeah.
Yeah, so she is very good. I would say if I were to rank her out of all the, I guess, coin shop units, honestly, I would put her 3rd or 4th.
Of the 7 that he sends?
Yeah.
Of them?
So, Gowther, King, Escanor, her.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd probably agree.
Yeah.
It's between her and Bond, yeah.
Because she's used in more events than what's it called?
Meliodas. If you put her on your team, no matter what the event will be, she'll be of some sort of use.
Yeah, so here's the thing. There's like 3 Meliodas and 3 Merlins in the game, right? She's the best Merlin.
Yeah.
There's a better Meliodas, so that's why I ranked her.
True.
Okay. Next coin shop unit you guys should focus on is going to be, I forgot where I ranked them. Was it?
Bond, if you don't have him already.
So Bond was a better unit. I know a lot of people summoned. Did you summon?
Sadly. 750 gems, don't have him. If you do have him already, I wouldn't suggest buying him from the coin shop. His ult level won't do you too much. Like his ult is mainly used for the bigger X Tord or Snatch.
No, yeah. If you have the unit, do not buy it as of yet. I'm gonna talk about dupes later on. Okay, do not buy him as of yet. If you do have him, do not purchase him. So Bond, you guys know what he does. He has lifesteal. He's an AOE. He does 150 to 250. He also has Extort, basically steals enemies, attack skills, I guess, and stats by 20, 30, or 50%. He has a good ultimate that extorts also by 50%. He has a link Fate of Jericho. He decreases all enemies' HP related stats by 10% at the start of next turn if the hero doesn't take any damage. So, I mean, overall, I say Bond is a very good unit. He right now is. I haven't really tested him in PvP. I haven't really seen him being around PvP. Actually, no, that's a lie. I faced him yesterday in PvP, and he actually kind of destroyed me. So he is super good in PvP right now. He is good in story mode for farming. He also can help you through some events. Overall, Bond is a very good unit. Anything else on Bond? I know Bond is like one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's a single target green Bond, and the reason why he's not that good is because the AoE Bond, he extorts from all free enemies, so technically gets a 60% attack and defense buff, if you want to call it that, or up to 150, I guess, if you have his rank 3. And everyone has, like, let's say, on average, on global currently, like 5k attack, 6k attack. So he'll get 9k attack on his rank 3 snatch, and he'll still do the defense too, and I think no one can survive a rank 3 snatch plus a rank 3 attack, especially on JP with his gear currently. So he's a long-term investment as well if you just want to dominate in PvP, especially geared. And for ungeared, he's just as good.
Yeah. Okay, I do want to mention this before somebody asked about Escanor. Okay, let's say if all coin shop units were out right now, right? Escanor would be right here.
Yeah, that's how good Gowther is.
Okay, so if all coin shop units were currently out in the game, Escanor would be right here. The only reason we're putting him right here is because he's going to come out in like 3 to 4 months, accordingly to us, okay? So Escanor, let's talk about Escanor. This man is a beast, okay?
I mean, if you've watched the show, you know.
I think the green Escanor is a little better in my opinion right now in JP. They kind of alternate like who's better and who's not depending on the meta. But this Escanor right here is so good. He does so much damage. It's crazy.
And for all you Red Arthur fans, this is like, he's like the orb changer for his nuker, pretty much.
Basically. So, his Blazing Sun. Rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, 450. He does amplified damage. Basically for each buff he has, he deals 30% more damage on this skill card. This Escanor can hit for like 3 to 400k if he has enough buffs with the boy Arthur. Now, let's talk about his second skill, Charge and Fire. 150, 150, 250, depletes 1 to 3 ultimate gauges. His ultimate is a nuke.
Is an execute.
Yeah, it's an execute, one shots. And then his fire passive skill, basically he increases all HP related stats for 3 turns by 50%. So let's say Escanor starts off with, I don't know, like
120. Okay, on JP like 120k ish.
120k HP. How much HP does
he'll have? 180. Yeah.
He'll have 180. So it's actually a better skill than you think because also his lifesteal goes up. And then he can just basically recovers like so much HP once he attacks. Do not underrate this unit. This unit is amazing. Okay.
Wait, did you talk about the amplify?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, his passive. Yeah. Since his passive is a buff.
What do you mean?
His passive is a buff. So he already starts off with one amplify.
Right. So he already has one buff when you start off the game for 3 turns. I didn't think I mentioned that. But I did talk about the amplifier, how he gets 30% more for every boost he has. Now, the next unit you should prioritize is going to be King. King is going to... So this is after you obtain all these units, right? Next unit you should prioritize is King. You want to get this man to 6-6 because the main team ran on PvP right now on JP is this. You can run Escanor technically. Well, I'm just gonna go based off coin shop units. So this is the main team. This is ran on
those
PvP.
4-ish, yeah.
It's gonna be either green Escanor or Esterosa. They can switch for Escanor right here. But this is the main team. So you want to get these units to 6-6, especially Gowther and King. So King is right there. I mean, you guys know what King does. He's the best unit right now in global. He petrifies.
On JP, he's still like arguably top 3.
Yeah, he is definitely top 3. He petrifies. He for 1 or 2 turns. He has a heal. He removes buffs. His ultimate, if it's like 6-6, is basically a nuke and wipes the whole field. His passive is nothing too special, but 8% for himself is kind of good because you don't really run other fairies with him unless you are going to like King Brum.
Next unit you want to prioritize after you've obtained all the other ones. She's not just a great farmer.
Okay. She's last. Like she's like after you got all these units 6-6.
All these units, you got King to 6-6, you got Gowther to 6-6, probably Escanor to 6-6, and maybe even Merlin in Demon Meliodas 6/6. That's when you want to start working on her. She's not a bad unit. It's just that the other ones you benefit more from maxing them out first. You've gotten her from stories, so you should technically know what she does. She increases her attack every turn. She has a decent single target attack that seals attack, and an AoE that does double damage against buffed enemies. There's a end game event, if you want to call it that, a super boss battle where she's really useful against Gowther. And also PvP, she's still around to this day, especially on global.
I haven't
because she does
seen her on JP PvP at all.
No?
No, I have not. I've played so many matches, I have not seen her in a while.
Rank difference, I guess.
And she's got a good passive, I guess. 6% every start turn. I mean,
she's pretty good. It's just you don't. The 25 coins to max this unit now is just not worth it.
Yeah, she falls off hard, like really hard off like the meta. So
yeah,
we're not saying she's a bad unit. She just falls off. Okay, next we want to kind of go briefly and talk about the coin shop units. I'm just gonna rank them this.
The commandments, yeah, definitely.
Okay, no.
I'd say Moleskula over him. Yeah, and then Derriere just don't even buy.
Here's the coin shops we currently have. You want to talk about Esterosa? Let's talk about Esterosa.
You've 100% heard of Esterosa in some shape or form. He's Green Meliodas, but permanently. So he counters and he taunts enemies, so they're forced to attack him, and he just keeps countering. His counter doesn't wear off. It lasts 2 turns. It scales with his attack, not his HP. So even when he's full HP, he'll do a lot of damage, unlike Green Meliodas. And like I said, they're taunted, so they have to attack him. He's also immune to debuffs thanks to his passive. And that's pretty much why you play. Like the other skills are cool too. His ult is a attack negate, a turn negate pretty much. That you can play around, but it's still super useful, especially in PvP where people will lose a turn if they don't do anything. Yeah, he's just really good.
Okay, so the next units are going to be talked about is Moleskula and Gallon. Now these units only came out in the coin shop. They were never banner units. I feel like Global's going to change that. They're probably going to be like banner units, to be completely fair, because they made like Bond banner. So if they are banner units, do not summon for them. Moleskula is super good. I think you tested her before. She heals a lot, and also she relies on Ignite to do a lot of damage. Gallon,
yeah,
I have not even leveled up or seen in gameplay, so I can't really talk about Gallon and how good he is. Green Derriere,
he just does good damage. There's nothing special about him.
Yeah, Green Derriere is good for PvP, but no.
Yeah, she was on the banner together with Red Derriere. If you pull her, my condolences. If you buy her with coins, that's probably just to max out your box. That's pretty much it. She's not that good.
So I feel like we did a pretty good job on this tier list. If you guys disagree with any of this, let us know in the comment section below. But these are units you guys should prioritize when it comes down to coin shop units on the global. Like we said, these are probably all going to be banner units.
Banner units. Sadly, depends how you see it.
It depends. I guess it would be a bad banner unit if it was like just like this Moleskula, you know.
Yeah.
And like if they somehow just did like DN becomes a banner unit. But regardless, if like Gowther is a banner unit, that's actually a pretty
that's gonna be really good.
Yeah, Gowther's banner. I guess you already know Merlin's gonna be a banner. And then Meliodas, if he's a banner, I guess it's okay, I guess too, because you can just pick him without coins. I know coins are scarce right now on global, especially dupe coins. I mean, I only have like 2, so I'm kind of screwed.
I have 12.
But you have 12.
Yeah, Bond banner, dude.
Jeez, I'm crying. What the hell? Well. If you guys go check out Sora, we did a top 5
units for each type, respectively.
Yeah, check that out. Put a link in the description. Go subscribe to Sora, and we should be back with more videos. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching.